Hi, Dr. Camilla here with Living Well, and today I want to talk about how a gratitude practice can actually help to rewire your brain. So, let me start out with an example. Some of you might have had the experience where you get a new car, or at least a new to you car, and as you're driving around, you start to notice the same make and model everywhere you go. And it's something you hadn't noticed before, right? Until you got that car, you didn't really notice how many people drove the same type of car. And now that you have it, you're out on the road, you're in the parking lot, I'm like, oh, and there's that car, and there's that car, and there's that car. It's all over the place. We call that a mental filter, right? Is now that you have this car, it's what's on top of mind, it's what your brain notices. And so when you go out, you're actually going to pick up on it everywhere you go. So, this is how a gratitude practice can actually help rewire your brain, because what you're putting on top of mind are the things that you are grateful for. So, I had a business coach who would start out every call with what's going well with your business. And this was done deliberately because the tendency, right, whenever we meet with a coach or a therapist or a friend, is to just start unloading on everything that's going wrong. But when we're focusing on what's going wrong, that's what's on top of mind. And so that's what we tend to notice even more as we go about our day to day. So by actually forcing the brain to notice what's working out well, we're forcing our minds to start to pick up and look for even more examples, more evidence of what's going well in our day to day. Now, one of the gratitude practices that I like is to write down every day 3 things that you are grateful for. So it can be every night before you retire for bed, you jot down the 3 things that you're most grateful for, or in the morning. Some people will do this as part of their meditation or their prayer practice. There's lots of ways to incorporate it, but the key here being that when you train your brain to look for this day after day, it's going to be easier to spot, because that's the filter that you're now looking at the things that happen in your life. So I encourage you, as you reflect back on the year, as you're going through these holidays, that you take some time to write down what you're grateful for and think about how you can incorporate that as a daily practice. I know for me, there was a time in my life I was doing an internship in spinal cord rehabilitation center. And at this hospital, everybody was paraplegic, quadriplegic. And I remember walking out every day feeling so grateful for the simplest things that you never even thought of. It's like being able to scratch my nose, right? If you're quadriplegic, you can't do that. You have to ask someone else to do it for you. Being able to hold a spoon and bring it to my mouth with motor control, right? I am so grateful that I can do that. Another good resource, I really enjoyed the book 1000 Awesome Things, and there was also a blog of this was how this guy was able to work through his depression, was by every day writing down like one thing that was awesome, right? Like putting on an old jacket and finding a $10 bill in there from months ago that you forgot about it, right? Those little moments. And so I'd love to hear from you. Drop down in the comments below maybe the little things that you started to notice that you're grateful for. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.